Welcome to our transfer pricing podcast Next Level. My name is Henning Straeter, partner and head of transfer pricing at Nexia in Germany. Together with our colleagues from Germany and abroad, we will discuss about very interesting transfer pricing topics which could be interesting for you and for our clients.
Hello, my name is Nick Freiberger. I have several years experience in transfer pricing, and I'm very excited to discuss the latest developments in transfer pricing abroad today.
Thank you very much, Katarzyna, that you have found the time today for our podcast to discuss international and transfer pricing topics. And I would ask you to introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, my name is Katarzyna Klimkiewicz-Deplano. I'm managing partner in Nexia at Vicero. I'm also tax advisor. I'm specializing in assisting mainly foreign investors in entering the Polish market. We are helping them in the tax matters, in legal matters. We are providing accounting, tax compliance services. And we can see that the foreign clients, mainly the foreign clients who do not have information how the tax legal system in Poland works, they appreciate very much that they can be provided with all this support in one-stop shop.
Thank you very much, Katarzyna. I would like to ask you, what are the most important topics from international tax and transfer pricing perspective in Poland, and which development are you seeing in Poland in 26?
Yes, so looking at 2026, we have been preparing for this coming year already for several months in the past year. 26 in Poland, it will be a year where all advisors and taxpayers, they will focus on two very important topics. One is the national system of e-invoicing. And the second one is the new obligation for basically all taxpayers to provide the tax authorities with so-called CIT, standard audit file for tax, which means providing the tax authority with annual information about every single booking that the taxpayer was obliged to make within its settlements. And as I have mentioned, these are not new topics. They are new in terms of having this obligation introduced in 26, but they are not new because, like, obviously, both the tax administration in Poland and the taxpayers, they had time over the last dozen of months to prepare for that. It's like a huge challenge when it comes to adjusting accounting software, when it comes to introducing relevant procedures in the tax settlements, in the accounting tax teams on the side of the clients. And if you think what actually areas these new obligations will impact for the Polish taxpayers, it's not only VAT settlements, it's not only accounting settlements. It will impact a lot also transfer pricing settlements. Mm-hmm. Transfer pricing, this is the area that is of interest of Polish tax authorities already for many, many years. And what I could see over the last years is that at the beginning, you could see that the tax administration is still lacking the know-how, is still lacking like detailed information, how this actually shall work when it comes to transfer pricing between in cross-border transactions between related parties. But over the last years, they have gained a lot of insight. They have gained a lot of experience. The tax administration knows where to look for issues. They know which questions to ask. They know how to verify if the settlements are actually arm's length or if they are not. And both this area of transfer prices and the area of withholding tax payments, which are very closely related, this is of huge interest of tax authorities, and this will continue to be the main topic of the tax audit and tax proceedings in 26. Mm. Why did I mention the withholding tax? Because already for a couple of years, we have in Poland so-called pay and refund rule. So whenever withholding tax is due, then the taxpayers, in some circumstances, they have basically the obligation to pay the withholding tax to the tax office and then claim the refund. And this obligation, this pay and refund rule, is applicable actually in related parties transactions. It's not really applicable in the unrelated parties transactions, but between related parties. mainly in case of passive payments, but also in case of payments for services. And this is where this relation comes. So on one hand, the tax authorities, they specialize in withholding tax refund proceedings, but this is actually related to transfer pricing settlements. So they somehow cover both. And if you add on top of it this new obligation that is coming 26 of actually issuing and receiving all invoices in e-invoicing system, what does it mean for the taxpayers and for the tax administration? It means that tax administration will have very detailed information about every transaction done by the taxpayers in real time. So as long as we didn't have it, we know that the taxpayers, they had some time maybe to recalculate certain settlements. Maybe they had some time to issue the invoice or the transfer pricing adjustment a bit later. But being forced to work as of February 26 in this invoicing system, there will be no additional time for making any additional recalculations. All these settlements, they will need to be done in the real time, and everything will be immediately visible in the tax administration.
Thank you very much for the insight, Katarzyna. And do you think you have any specific recommendation that you can provide for 2026 for the Polish perspective?
Yeah, of course. So what is really crucial, because basically there is almost no time to prepare for those changes, but what is really crucial is to work on those changes if they are not implemented yet. Like we can see that some part of our clients, they are prepared for the change because they have already implemented relevant adjustments in the accounting software. They have already changed the procedures within their accounting and tax teams. They have already adjusted when it comes to settlements with related parties. But on the other hand, we can see other group of clients, and these are mainly foreign clients who in Poland maybe don't have the Polish legal company, but they have either a registered branch or they have permanent establishment. And those regulations, they apply to them as well, but simply they are not ready with their accounting systems. They are not ready with the relevant procedures within the organization. So we very much focus in the coming weeks on those clients. We provide assistance to them. What can they do in this short term to have everything in line with the regulations? It's not always easy, but basically these kind of changes, they cannot be avoided. They must be introduced.
That's very important, and I think it makes sense. If you agree, of course, that we will put your contact data direct here after this podcast, and I think it makes more than sense to get direct in contact with you, Katarzyna. Yeah, thank you very much. I think it was very, very interesting, and to see the new development in 2006 in Poland with potential tax risks and what recommendation you made. Thank you very much. And if you agree, I would be happy to invite you, of course, for our podcast series. Yeah. Thank you, Katarzyna.
With pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
That was the Transfer Pricing Podcast Next Level. Thank you that you joined this podcast series. We would be happy if you will follow this channel and join the next Transfer Pricing podcast as soon as possible. Thank you very much.